gas coming up. Hart tried to fake a 2 racks by planting 1 racks out forward, but look at how DRG didn't fall for it at all, building up to 19 drones, getting gas first. He can now get double queen and Zergling speed. There's the double queen. There's the Ling speed right now for DRG. Honestly, DRG is so good at knowing exactly what he can get away with in the early game.
I'm curious to see how his scouting will actually go from this point forward, although he's seen, you know, the fake racks as well. If he does manage to get up here, if he does manage to get a glimpse of the command center, he's definitely going to know that something is up. Now, we are going to see still the path to Reactor Hellion here for Complexity Hart, which, if he does show it, still couldn't be indicative of a pretty straight-up way to start out the game. But I like where Hart's going with this.
DRG is doing a little bit of a risk, but given how many drones he was able to get away with, he is in fantastic shape. A Baneling nest going down at the back as we head to the main of Hart. It looks like he is going to be going for the delayed Reactor Hellion. These Speedlings are going to overrun in seconds, and the SCV gets up into the main base. Will he be forced to cancel that one? And no. But if you're in Hart's position, you're wondering, why are there so many Zerglings? But what can Hart do about it anyways?
Well, he is building the bunker at the top. 2 Marines out. Remember, because he had to fly that racks over, he lost out at least probably on a round of Marine production there. He could at least have 3, possibly 4 in there, and the Lings are making their way over. Now, the Baneling nest is complete, and he is ready to begin morphing in there. The speed is done, and the first Baneling's already morphing in.
Morphed, and as we go to DRG's main, we see that there are still units in the gas node. Drones being produced, not a single larva inject being missed by DRG. He is continuing to rally ho. Where are Hart's units? Look at Hart's vision. He has nothing out on the map at all. Hellions 1 and 2 still behind the bunker. Hart knows something's coming, but that's not going to stop DRG. More Banelings morphing in, and a 3rd command center. Oh no!
Oh, this is, I mean, it's playing directly into DRG's hands there. We get a swap. He's done making Hellions. If the 4 Hellions actually go over there, and then he rolls up with this, I mean, there's not a whole lot to defend from DRG. That could be the one saving grace for him. But is DRG going to attack here? If he shows these, certainly the Hellions will have to come back. I think the Hellions are going to make their way over, and no units are staying back.
Oh no.
Here come the Banelings.
Does he see him? Banelings moving in. Zerglings hot on their heels. Can Hart possibly defend against this? The perfect timing from DRG. Hart gets crushed at the front door. The Zerglings spread in. In the main, it looks like both of the supply depots are lifted. A single tank comes out. The Hellions have returned home. Hart is going to need a miracle to stay alive.
Still a ton of Zerglings coming by, but more amazing is that DRG is droning behind this. He's already done enough damage. He'll continue from here. He puts some more Banelings on the supply depot. Some good repair coming out by Complexity Hart. But frankly, SCVs were lost. There's still a ton of Zerglings out in the field. All of the Hellions are now gone. Inside the base, there are just a handful of Marines and a siege tank left. This,
19 workers killed off by DRG. In the unit station, we see 20 workers to 30. And fortunately, this 3rd command center from Hart will help him rebuild that economy. But Hart has been badly beaten down by this incredible bust from DRG.
I mean, at this point, too, he just, he sits back. You saw him put on his shades earlier and sit on the couch, so that's exactly what he can do. The Zergling's now in a position. If you land here, Hart, you're going to take a little bit of damage, and you're going to not be able to keep this up. DRG now plants his 3rd down at the top. And, I mean, I almost feel like he needs to just keep this inside, but he does have siege mode now. So Complexity Hart's going to be able to set up a defense here. The amount of damage that was done, and there we go, starting to peck on that orbital once again. I mean, DRG has absolute control.
And, a nice pair of tank shots there at the front. Does look like Complexity Hart will begin to rebuild that SCV count. We see the double eBays down 1-1. In this circumstance, I actually think that this is a necessary play for Hart. He clearly can't put on any pressure. He's going to be obligated to stay at home, and if he's going to be at home for a long time, he should definitely be getting the upgrades as something good to defend. He's now looking like he did an extra supply call down on that 1 supply depot at the front. So Hart having a little bit of shakiness on things like SCVs and depots, and since he's been under so much pressure.
I mean, he is currently sitting about 20, now 23. workers behind his opponent. But man, that is not going to stop Hart at all. He got that orbital back down. He takes out that scouting link. And he may just go ahead and try to take this third base right away. He lifts that command center. He's going to get rid of this Overlord. And, you know, this opens up, even with the amount of units, I do believe a few attack paths here for DRG. As Spire's going to be finishing up soon. Spreading himself out at this point and not having a whole lot of units, I think, could be a real big mistake for Hart here. But let's see, as we'll have the Spire finishing up soon.
I mean, as I'm looking at the unit station, there is a very, very tiny window where Hart can perform an attack. You have to have absolutely impeccable control to be able to pull it off, as you see that Spire's now finishing. But man, Dongregoo knows exactly how to take a lead and maintain it. He is now knocking down those destructible debris. His third is up. He has 6 geysers fully populated, 6 mutas, 8 mutas en route with the +1.
And we've got over on the other side of Hart's base, the missile turrets are starting to go down as the double engineering base pumps out those upgrades. However, we don't have any missile turret coverage anywhere around the base. Now, if he just sees the one, even without repair, that might not be that big of a threat. And then he's going to force those units from the front to move. That could give an opportunity for the Zerglings to swing around and actually attack some of those units, or he could just try to bring these all together. But the mutas are out. They're going to start making their way over. He's got a good spread on these siege tanks here in between his natural and his third, but the Lings have taken down that back wall, which opens another fantastic avenue of attack.
Hart desperately needs to start the 2-2 upgrades and go for some sort of 3-3 timing push. There's DRG already moving into the third base of Hart. Hart will just sustain some losses on the workers. Can't really afford to do that in the main. We also see that Hart does have an answer. He has the Marines there. Dongregoo losing 2 mutas. This is the sort of play that Hart really needs Dongregoo to slip into. I think very clearly the one advantage Hart does have is the upgrade lead. Look at Dongregoo just now starting 1-1, whereas in other games he was already en route to 2-2.
Yeah, and you know, we'll be on this way soon, but he's starting to now get his upgrades at the Lair Tech with, of course, the Centrifugal Hooks for the Baneling speed as well. I'm a little surprised that we haven't actually seen another base, but this drone is making it over. There we go, DRG putting down his 4th, continuing to poke with these mutas. Inside this third, there is not a completed missile turret. He will be able to take this out, actually focusing down those mules first and then going after the SCV before the Marines come in and get these mutas out of there. So these small pokes, good attacks from DRG are helping, but I'm very impressed with Hart, and not only how his sort of stubbornness to go with this very fast 1-2-3 command center actually allowed him to sort of bounce back from that initial attack from DRG.
DRG doing everything right, getting the exact mix of units. We see no Banelings yet. He's only going to start building those when he sees some kind of attack coming. But you got to give Hart a lot of credit. He was on the verge of losing instantly to that bust, but stayed strong. And here he is in the 15-minute mark, still with a chance to win this series and go on to the finals.
Got +1 carapace going down for the mutas. Pathogen glands has started, so we can get those infestors out as well. And all the upgrades here starting to pour out for DRG, as again that scary creep spread starting to get further and further across. I really like the sort of defensive line that Hart has set up here. It extends right from the bottom of his ramp at his natural and goes all the way over. And here comes a swell of Zerglings moving in. The tanks will immediately force them to bounce back, but that won't stop the mutas from getting down a supply depot, possibly opening up a wall, but he just backs off.
There's 2-2 now finishing up for Hart. He has to get 3-3 started. His advantage in this game is upgrades. He's going to have a very odd timing if he tries to push, because Dongregoo could start his hive at any seconds. It's 100 seconds, I believe, to build a hive, maybe even longer. Nope, 100 seconds to upgrade the hive. But those 3-3 upgrades are 220 seconds, so this still gives the Zerg enough time to get Broodlord, some hive tech up. The push timing for Hart, it looks like it's going to be now.
He's starting to mobilize here a little bit. He did add some Thors to the mix as well. And look at this, while he mobilizes, a little medevac, maybe it was a mistake, loading up. He's going to go ahead and maybe try to drop it from the back as he pushed forward. We do see the Mutalists catch a small group of Marines off to the side. The Zerglings do try to get in on that battle as well, but they'll be forced back. And those Wanelings, there they are. Oh my God, morphing in like 29 Banelings, there is a drop still headed up to the north, but there is a large force here for DRG.
More Banelings still coming in. There's the drop heading northward. The north expansion looks like it is still defended. Hart still battling to try to get into the center. He has not started 3-3 in there. It looks like the Banelings are coming in. A nice lift on the Thor, but he needs to re-land that, and the Banelings go the wrong way. That is exactly what Hart needed. An incredible maneuver from Complexity Hart,
wow.
Annihilating 50 food in one fell sweep. The drop at the north also commencing. The center wide and splayed open. The 27 Banelings at the back. This is an amazing recovery by Hart.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And here comes that drop. Immediately, the Zerglings are going to be all over it, so he cannot execute it the way he would have liked. And we see Hart unsieging here in the middle. Is he going to continue to move forward? He cannot be caught in a position, unsiege. It would be absolutely the worst, and there he does put himself back as he continues to just eliminate and erase the creep from around the map. He may also have seen this expansion as well. Spinecrawlers are going up, but they won't be up by the time he possibly gets around. There they hit, but look at, here comes all the units from DRG down to the south.
Streaming in, so many Banelings. The tank siege up in perfect position. Impeccable placement. The Banelings get blasted down, and Hart will take down this expansion on the right. DRG has been locked down to 3 bases. Where does Dongregoo go? This is the map choice of Hart. We see exactly why now, and the counter will be the only play Dongregoo has.
He is going to spring forward, and there are a lot of Banelings still here. The Zergling's going to be very important as he gets near the Marines. He will go ahead and hit everything, including the Thors. Magic box over the top of them. The Zerglings have cleaned the Thors up, moving those Banelings in to eliminate as many
SCVs get killed. Destroyed. The command center down in red life, but still standing. We see Dongregoo pulling all the forces of Hart back. Marines in the main.
It's the main
base of Dongregoo going down. A double drop in the main. The hive falls.
The hive goes down. Zerglings do look like they will clean this up, and everything's been eliminated from inside the main. So once again, let's take a look. 29 workers killed for Hart, but 42 now killed for DRG. We've got a medevac still in the middle of the map. Taking a look at the supply, 112 to 131. And I would say no one really has a clear advantage. Well, okay, hold on. Hart has a ton.
Oh my God.
A ton. His army supply.
The army supply at 86 for Hart, at 52 for DRG. The worker clearly giving Dongregoo a little bit more of that supply composition, and it looks like Hart is going to start pushing forward relentlessly. 3 Broodlords en route.
The pool was destroyed. That's why the pool was going down. It's about to be destroyed. Okay, my bad. Oh my God. As a Zerg player, it's the worst shot.
Oh my God.
It's the worst.
You saw that there was no pool coming, but it looks like DRG already built the backup pool. A small circling counterattack by DRG. Absolutely brilliant. The southern expansion completely wide open.
And he's going to go in here and just try to take out as much as he can. SCV's moving down, but Hart moving forward in his center position here. That hasn't stopped DRG from taking all these bases, but Hart is starting to see that and working on the northwest base. He'll be able to go in to that main as well. The Broodlords are out, and we're getting a 4th morphed in now. And how many Infestors? I see
it looks like 6 Infestors, 5 Broodlords. Not a very big force. And with no Mutalisks on the map, look at the brilliant position Hart has set himself up in on the center ridge. Scanning, picking off all those creep tumors. The tanks there, ready to deal with any Zergling counterattack. And the north main is wide open. Nothing that Dongregoo can do about it. A couple of Zerglings are going to get picked off in the middle. Dongregoo misclicking huge.
A tank does go down, but there are still several in the middle. A lot of medevacs here to help with that bio. I'll tell you what, if the fungals of DRG are really solid and he manages to get rid of those Marines, I mean, he has what it takes to clean it up. But back at the main, there is, of course, several more tanks just to prevent those counterattacks and a lot more Marines coming. So I feel like it's all going to be about these Infestors.
It looks like there's the siege up. How does Hart answer? He is on the run. The Ling Baneling begin to sprint forward. Is there that medevac? It is getting ready to drop the north position, but in the center, an incredible rearrangement of forces as that fleet of Broodlords storms forward. 7 strong, but 71 Marines. The unload at the Northern Expo. Brilliant play by Hart. Dongregoo must win with this attack.
This little force over here that is in Hart's third, or in DRG's third, has just definitely been a force taking out now 2 bases working on their third.
Here it comes, the final battle, the stim. All the Marines sprint forward. Is it a mistake? It all comes down to the Fungals of DRG. The Northern expansion is about to fall. The Vikings come into play, down to under 100 hit points. The Northern expansion falls as all the Broodlords storm in. There is no more mining base for DRG. Can he control this perfectly?
The Vikings are out. They continue to try to do damage versus these Broodlords, but here come the Corruptors. All the tanks are about ready to be cleaned up. They are gone. It is only Bio and a couple of Thors at this point. In come the Infestors. If he lands even a single Fungal across this, it could mean certain disaster. There are only a few Banelings, so it is going to all be about these Fungals.
It's about the Fungals in the main. A drop from Hart, trying to finish off what he started. Most of the Marines over there, 132 to 101, long-range mining down for DRG as he is mining from the right main. Dongregoo refuses to make an error, refuses to 1A his way to death, but it looks like Dongregoo literally has no way to add on more units.
Right. I mean, his production is halted, and right now we see at least 4 Marines coming out at a time, and the Vikings. And even if he drops the perfect Fungals, will he have enough? Actually, he's going to drop down Infested Terrans. As, I mean, how is he going to be able to deal with this?
Hart is starting to move forward. An amazing Fungal, the first perfect Fungal, another perfect Fungal.
Oh my gosh.
The food's starting to even up. Can Dongregoo do it? Is storming forward with the Zerglings. I don't believe it. I do not believe it at all, Marcus.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The Infestor still with a lot of energy left. Zerglings left over to take everything out. Now we have 6 Marines in production, but he's just eating
Zero income.
alive.
Zero income for Dongregoo. The Marines are down to 4. 2 Vikings on the field. There is no more energy left. Look at the income tab, Marcus. Zero for Dongregoo. A pair of Marines in the main. 4 complexities. Hart might be what it needs to just completely cripple Dongregoo.
He has to get rid of these 2 Marines inside the main. I mean, it would take them like literally 10 years to destroy the whole base, but if he does that, then there's literally no chance now for Hart to come back. I mean, he's really fighting with, what, 2 Marines coming out of time. There's GG!
Dongregoo on 0 bases with 0 income. 50 food behind, does the unthinkable, closes the series out 4-1. He is up against Marine King Prime in the grand final, demonstrating the most perfect ZVT form we have seen in months.
I mean, absolutely amazing. Not only that, but now going up in a rematch versus Marine King Prime, a best-of-9 extended series. You thought that the games were going to be over soon, but suddenly you got a best-of-9 dropped on your head, and it is going to be amazing to see these 2 face off again. If you recall, we had such a